Now that you guys have reached a place where you've come full circle, I would say. Of course, we're still all working on ourselves, but whoever was drawn to click on this video right now, you've really come a long, long way. This is actually my second attempt to do this general message. I did one yesterday, but it just didn't feel right, so I was like, nah, I'm gonna start over. This one is based on the song Lonely Like the Muse by Halsey. And I want to just say, now that you've really accepted all the changes that you needed to make in yourself and accepted the truth of your life and the way you were living or the things that you were allowing or how people viewed you or used you or whatever, okay? Like, it's really changed the trajectory of things. And so we're going to talk about it here. Let's get into this song, Lonely Like the Muse, or Lonely is the Muse. Lonely is the Muse by Halsey. It's genius. Absolutely genius. It's the idea of, being basically exploited after someone's done with you. After they get whatever they want from you, after they no longer find use in you, much like a lot of muses get treated. Then you basically get hung up for everyone to mock and laugh at, and you get discarded like you're nothing. Kind of like the bin of Barbies at the Goodwill, you know what I'm saying? At one time, they were coveted Barbies. They were Barbies that were dressed up and adorned and giving all this luxurious accessories and purses and shoes and walking down the catwalk of a living room floor, you know what I'm saying? They had a personality. They had names. And then once they were of no longer importance or use to the artist, the person, the husband, the wife, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, whomever first put this muse type creature on a pedestal, once they're no more of use, they're done with. They're gotten rid of. They're treated as if they're nothing. Once the newest thing is on the market, they are no more. And you'll see that often in a lot of art, actually. A lot of muses, especially muses that are humans. I mean, you can have a lot of things that are a muse. It doesn't have to be a person, but especially people here. So let's get into the lyrics. I spent years becoming cool, and in one single second, you can make a decade of my efforts disappear. I'm just waiting at the bar, and you rip open all my scars by saying something like, didn't know you were here. I always knew I was a martyr, and that Jesus was one too, but I was built from special pieces that I learned how to unscrew, and I can always reassemble to fit perfectly for you, or anybody that decides that I'm of use. Lonely is the muse. You hear that? She said, anybody that decides that I'm of use. This is someone saying, I'm never going to ever change myself for a person again. They're realizing they shouldn't have done that ever to begin with, but that they're never going to change themselves for someone, or that they're never going to allow something that demeans them ever again. They're never going to belittle themselves again, put themselves on the back burner while they put someone else before them who only will appreciate them and love them for the time being. And then when they're done with them and they find them no longer of use, they get rid of them. And then they slander them and they defamate them, and then they gossip about them, start rumors about them, because they want to kill the very thing that at one time they loved. So where do I go in the process when I'm just an apparatus? I've inspired platinum records, I've earned platinum airline status, and I mined a couple diamonds from the stories in my head, but I'm reduced to just a body here in someone else's bed. She's been used. She's been used. A lot of times artists will even use you. Your relationship partners will use you. People you're not even in relationships with, they are in relationships themselves, and then they'll have a little affair with you, use you for what they want, and discard you like you're nothing, and then try to kill the image of you so that no one else will want you. You see what I'm saying? This is someone who is realizing that they are a muse to other people, and that being a muse to other people often means the very pedestal that people put you on, they will not only rip you off of it later, they'll stomp you, they'll piss on you, they'll destroy you, and then replace you. I always knew I was a martyr and that Jesus was one too, but I was built from special pieces that I learned how to unscrew, and I can always reassemble to fit perfectly for you, or anybody that decides that I'm of use. Just like Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas as well. She was like a muse, just like this beautiful Siren from, you guys ever seen Love, Death, and Robots? It's on Netflix. I think it's 3 seasons. The very last episode of season 3, I believe, is called Jabaro. Okay, I love her. I love her costume. In fact, I want to be her for Halloween. It's just a lot. It's just a whole lot. In fact, I may do the thumbnail as me in the Jabaro water as the Siren. I love it. It's absolutely creative. It's not even a real person. It's all done digitally. But anyways, it's the idea of the Siren who, sings, and the sailors hear her song, and then they're driven into the water and drown. Well, in Jabaro, I don't want to ruin it. I want you guys to watch it first. So you might want to click off here so I don't ruin it and then come back to the video. She's making all this sound. She's singing and screaming, and all of these fellow soldiers of this one guy, they're all driven into the water because they're chasing after her with this lust in mind and this, but little do they know they're going to die. They're going to drown in the waters, and they can't handle the sound. He can't die because he's deaf. He can't hear it. So then she's perplexed by this and almost like mesmerized by him, and he is her muse and she is his muse, and he wants to get closer. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand what's happening and why all of this is, because he can't hear. And she starts to fall for him because she's like, wow, someone who isn't destroyed by me, someone who isn't running away in fear by me, someone who isn't like anyone else. So she falls for him, and she pulls him in and even kind of summons him to the waterfall that she's in, and she's dancing and kind of moving about, and he comes across to the waterfall, and he's trying not to die because he's still human, right? And he's like holding on to the side, and they start kissing, and she's just kind of doing her siren thing, and he's like, wow. But really, he's not appreciating her. He never is. He's appreciating what she looks like. She's covered in beads and gold and jewelry and all of these crystals, everything. She's adorned, and beautiful art, really. So he's really mesmerized by this. And there's even a part on the waterfall when he's behind her, she's got her arms behind his head, and she's just kind of dancing on him, that he picks one of the gold scales off of her stomach, I believe, and she starts bleeding because it's a part of her. All of these little jewels and pieces, it's a part of her. So you remove one, it's going to hurt because it's her. It'd be like if somebody picked a piece of her skin off. It is her. So anyway, he pulls the scale off, and she starts bleeding, and then she turns around. At this moment, she's still not noticing that he's only really drawn to her by what she looks like. Not at all who she is. And she hurts him because, unintentionally, but it's because she's full of jewels. I mean, even her tongue is made of jewels and crystals. So she starts kissing him at this point, and his face is all bloody because it's cutting the fuck out of him. You know what I'm saying? To love her is to hurt, But not because she wants to hurt anybody. It's just who she is. And so he gets angry at her because there isn't a speck of love in him anyway. And he starts ripping her to shreds. He starts pulling all of these beads off of her, all of it. And then once she's reduced to just a body, like Halsey says, once she's reduced to nothing but just Siren, He throws her, rolls her off into the waterfall, and she goes down. Now it gets better. She doesn't die, obviously, she's a siren, but she is broken emotionally because he never really cared for her. She didn't mean to hurt him, but he meant to hurt her. This could even be someone who like turned someone down before, didn't return the feelings, or maybe even you could say the word rejected. It's a harsh word, but maybe someone just didn't want to be in a relationship with someone, and because of this reason, someone's like, oh yeah, you don't want to be with me? I'm going to destroy your image. I'm going to destroy everything about you so no one will want you. It's like that. That's what Halsey's saying in this song. Yeah, lonely is the muse. I will always be a martyr. I will fill your life with sounds, and I'll be a wind chime in the window, catching light to throw around. And I will tear apart your bedroom. I will call you in the night. I will exist in every second just to decorate your life. And when you're done, you can discard me, like all the others always do. And I will nurse my wounds until another artist needs me new. Use me. Use me. That's what you're going to do. That's what you're all going to do anyway. Use me. Use me for whatever you're needing to get from me. And then when you're done, destroy me. And then I will put myself back together until someone else comes along and decides to use me again too. Kind of like the idea of like some man's trash is another man's treasure. Wow. This is someone who's been really hurt. Really, really hurt. And it's like, you're hurt. Imagine how I feel. I didn't intend to hurt you. I just said no. I didn't intend to hurt you. I just have my own mind. I'm just my own person, or I just didn't want to be with you anymore, or whatever happened with this muse character, okay? Whatever happened in her life, she wasn't always viewed as she is right now, the way she is. At one time, the very people, the very person thinking the way they are about her, the very people, the very person seeking to destroy her image, her character, is the same people who at one time lusted after her, or wanted to be her, or who very much liked her, inspired by her. And once they realized that they no longer could control her, or could get what they wanted from her, or once they got what they wanted from her, she was of no use. And to make sure that they never had her be a problem again, that she could get no satisfaction or never be anyone else's muse inspiration, they want to destroy her. The reason she's saying I've inspired platinum records, I've earned platinum airline status, is because this would be like the idea of, her exes, anybody she's been with, and then once they've been with her, they write a song about her, and then they make millions of dollars off of her fucking images, off of her, at her expense, exploiting her all over the fucking internet, all over the world for their own gratification. Very greedy, very greedy. It's like, who's really evil here? Who's really should be seen in a certain light? Is it this muse or is it these people? It's like carnage. So this message is for someone here. I hope that you enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know how enjoyable it is. It's kind of awful, honestly. But when I heard this song, it seems to be a song that recently came out. I haven't been able to stop listening to it. And it's like a different tone than Halsey's used to doing, It's more like rockish. You could tell she's been through some shit. You could tell that she's been hurt and she's feeling it. And she's like, I'm a fucking person. But that's fine. Have your way with me. Say what you want. Do what you want. I'm inspiring every bit of what y'all are doing, even in your hate. I'm the inspiration for your hate. I am the muse of your amusement, even if it's evil. Even if your intentions are cruel, I am the one at the center of it. So go ahead, have fun. Have fun at my expense. And then once you're done destroying me, I'm going to recreate myself, and someone else is going to find beauty in me and something else to write about. Until they no longer, the cycle's going to repeat. Wow. All right, guys, well, thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.